Alexandra 6-2, 6-2, 6-2, 6-2.
What does a proper return to the WTA look like? Well, it looks exactly like this. 2 players, 2 sets, 0 mercy. Eala and Zeynep Sönmez walked onto the clay courts of the Madrid Open and sent a message loud enough for the entire women's doubles circuit to hear. They are back, they are locked in, and they mean serious business. Today, we are breaking down one of the most impressive first-round wins of the tournament. Eala and Sonmez defeating the experienced pair of Haoqing Chen and Fanny Stoller 6-2, 6-2. And we're going deep on what made it work, both on and off the court. Before we get into the match itself, let us give you the full picture of what was actually at stake here. Because Chen and Stoller are not just filler names on a draw sheet. These are serious, battle-tested players. Haoqing Chen is a genuine veteran of the doubles circuit who has reached a career-high ranking of number 5 in the world. Number 5. She has partnered with some of the very best doubles players on the tour. She has competed at the highest level for years, and she carries that experience into every single match she plays. Fanny Stoller is no passenger either. Both players are still ranked inside the top 30 in doubles, and they arrived in Madrid with the kind of pedigree and consistency that only comes from years of playing together at a high level. Now, compare that with Eala and Sonmez. These two have only recently started playing doubles together, and their ranking sits somewhere around 100. On paper, this looked like a significant mismatch. And honestly, for the first couple of games, the scoreboard actually reflected that. But as every tennis fan knows, the game is not played on paper. Chen and Stoller came out sharp from the opening game. They were composed, they were clinical, and they won that first game in a way that planted a seed of doubt about whether Eala and Sonmez could handle the pace and experience that a pairing of Chen's caliber would bring. The first 2 games actually went to Chen and Stoller, and for a brief window, it really did look like experience was going to be the deciding factor on the Madrid clay. But here is where the story changes completely. Once Eala settled into her position at the baseline and Sonmez found her rhythm close to the net, the dynamic of the match shifted in a way that was almost impossible to ignore. Eala was the engine of the partnership from the back of the court, staying near the touchline, driving the ball hard and deep, dictating the pace and direction of rallies with her powerful and precise striking. Sonmez, meanwhile, was doing exactly what she does best at close range, reading the ball early, intercepting at the net, cutting off angles, and punishing anything short with clean, decisive volleys. Their positioning was not accidental. It was a clear tactical decision that played perfectly to both of their strengths. Eala's role was to create pressure and control the baseline battle. Sonmez's role was to finish points and take the net away from their opponents. And for the vast majority of the first set, they executed that plan with impressive composure. They came back from those early dropped games and closed out the first set 6-2. Clean, controlled, purposeful. If the first set showed what Eala and Sonmez could do once they settled, the second set showed the full extent of what this partnership is capable of when it is firing on all cylinders from the very first ball. They did not wait to get going this time. From the opening exchange of the second set, they looked like a completely different level of team, controlling the tempo, dictating the terms of engagement, and covering the court as a single, cohesive unit. Chen and Stoller refused to go quietly, and, to their credit, they pushed back. They managed to claw back a couple of points, and there were stretches in the second set where they looked genuinely dangerous. In the longer rallies, especially, they were finding spaces between Eala and Sonmez, threading the ball into the gaps, and using their experience to create pressure. They were fluent and composed in those moments, and it was clear that their partnership was not going to simply roll over. Their combined experience was showing, and for a short while, it was working, but Eala and Sonmez had an answer for everything that was thrown at them. They reset, they refocused, and then they turned it on again with even more clarity and conviction. Once they regained control of the second set, there was simply no room for a comeback. Chen and Stoller could not find the breakthrough they needed. Eala and Sonmez closed it out the same way they closed out the first, 6-2. The final scoreline was 6-2, 6-2. 2 sets, comfortable, dominant. Now, let's talk about the thing that makes this partnership truly special, and it goes far beyond tactics or tennis IQ. Because the chemistry between Eala and Zeynep Sönmez is not something you can manufacture in a training block or a pre-tournament practice session. IT is something that has clearly been built over time, through shared experiences, genuine mutual respect, and a friendship that you can feel every time they step on the court together. Watch them between points. Watch the way they communicate, the encouragement, the celebrations, the constant back and forth that keeps both of them mentally engaged and emotionally connected throughout a match. There is not a single moment in this performance where you see frustration creeping in, where doubt surfaces in a glance or a body language shift, where one player looks anything less than completely invested in the other. That kind of togetherness under pressure is rare. It is not something you can fake, and it is the direct result of two people who genuinely care about each other beyond just being doubles partners. Off the court, there is a lightness and a joy between them that you can see in interviews, in social media moments, and in the way they carry themselves as a pair. They laugh together. They lift each other. They celebrate each other's individual successes as much as their shared ones. That foundation of genuine friendship is what gives their partnership its edge when things get difficult on the court. Because when you trust someone completely as a person, trusting them in the heat of battle becomes instinctive. That instinct is exactly what you saw in Madrid. When Sonmez moved to close at the net, Eala was already adjusting her position at the space line to cover the space behind her. When Eala went for a big strike from the back, Sonmez was already reading the trajectory and positioning herself for the follow-up. Their synchronization looked almost telepathic at times, and that does not come from a few weeks of hitting together. It comes from two people who have genuinely invested in their relationship, both as athletes and as human beings. That competitive hunger they share is another thing entirely. Neither of these players is content to just be along for the ride. They demand the best from themselves, and they demand the best from each other. That shared drive is what allowed them to absorb Chan and Stoller's brief moments of momentum in the second set and come back even stronger every single time. Madrid has only just begun, and Eala and Sonmez have already served notice that they are a pair worth following very closely. A 6-2. 6-2 win over a top 30 doubles pairing in your opening round, playing this clean and this connected. That is not a fluke. That is a statement. The Madrid clay is one of the most demanding surfaces in the world. The conditions are physical, the competition is fierce, and every round gets harder. But if Eala and Sonmez can bring this same level of intensity, chemistry, and tactical clarity into their next match, there is absolutely no reason they cannot go deep in this tournament. The power is there. The touch is there. The trust is there. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash the like button and drop your prediction for how far Eala and Sonmez can go in Madrid in the comments below. Subscribe if you have not already, and we will see you in the next one.